Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we've got the new Games Workshop website here, warhammer.com, and I've been kind of toying around with it a little bit. I know it's caught a lot of negative feedback or flack, and the truth is, probably Games Workshop didn't appropriately test it before launch because there are way too many broken links. As a matter of fact, I actually purchased something directly from Games Workshop, and there was like multiple broken links along the way. Once I finally took care of it and everything, again, just took me to like broken links. So I wasn't even sure if my order went through. Did get a confirmation email and sorted everything out. But the fact of the matter is, this was just definitely not ready to be launched. I don't know why Games Workshop was in such a hurry to actually launch it. And there has just been nonstop like complaints and issues and community feedback, and the actual Warhammer page has been getting just spammed with people that just absolutely despise this. I think a lot of it is probably just because it's new, but also because it wasn't smooth. So I think over time, as long as it functions, we'll all kind of get used to it and it won't be that big a deal. But the fact of the matter that they launched it in such a poor like performing state is probably what's getting like the insane amount of negative feedback. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump in here and take a look. It's pretty easy to navigate once you mess around with it a little bit. It does actually require you to click quite a bit more to get where you want to be and actually accomplish things, but there are some nice features as well. So that being said, let's take a look at our pre-orders this week. So now that they have blended Forgeworld also with regular Games Workshop products, it's very important to pay attention to the distinctions between them, especially if you're new to the hobby. So there are some basic level distinctions right off the bat. So here we see it says pre-order and then it says expert kit. So from what I have seen so far, all of the expert kits are actually like the resin kits. Now there may be some expert kit tags on some regular kits, but there's also like some inconsistencies. Like for instance, we see Urson right here, that is definitely a Forgeworld model. We see Orrin right here, also definitely a Forgeworld model. And then we see the Legion of Astartes Traitor Champion Consul, Forgeworld model once again, all are labeled expert kit. But we see that this one has the 15 plus distinction. And same type of thing down here with like the Fulgrim transfigured, expert kit, 15 plus distinction. So I'm not sure if they are just like not done putting these 15 plus little distinctions on here or what, but obviously that's saying it's not meant for people under the age of 15. When we actually go to the kit itself, again, we see expert kit right here. And then if we scroll down, we see this resin modeling kit is collectible item and construction should only be undertaken by expert Warhammer hobbyists age 15 years and over. So yeah, definitely is an expert kit as well. Just have not kind of gotten there. And I think the key is that basically if you're going to add like these kind of distinctions and stuff, you got to add it on everything that's an expert kit. You can't have some stuff say expert kit, other stuff say 15 plus, if that's going to be your tag that lets everybody know these are resin. But in the meantime, now that everything is blended together, I think people should just be extra careful that they don't accidentally order resin models. So that being said, if we jump over to the Legion of Astartes Traitor Champion Consul, again, we see same thing, the 15 plus distinction. We see the expert kit. We scroll down here, we see the resin. They don't actually show anywhere like the resin components or anything like that, which I don't like. I wish they would just show like the actual resin model or something like that as well. Another thing is you'll notice when I hit the back tab here every time, it takes me back to the like host page. So I have to once again scroll back down and look at the pre-orders. So again, it should take me back to exactly where I was on the page. Just another poorly designed feature in the website, unfortunately. So next we have the White Dwarf here for 11 bucks. Oh, and I kind of skipped over Orrin Grimjarl, but same thing. So we know these are like the 3 Forgeworld models now, just Warhammer models that have launched this week, and all of them are in fact resin models. So kind of a lackluster pre-order week. But I mean, we already saw that coming. We know there were some delays because this guy was actually supposed to come out the week before, but it definitely seems very, very uncharacteristic of Games Workshop. Assuming this guy came on time last week, the pre-orders this week would have been these 2 models and a White Dwarf. That doesn't make any sense at all. So I do suspect that there was some kind of delay or something went wrong behind the scenes. Again, Games Workshop obviously has a lot going on right now, and I don't know if they are just understaffed. I don't know if the staff they do have is just not competent. I honestly don't know. I'm not behind the scenes. I can't see. But it definitely is coming off like they are just way in over their heads. I mean, they have like no new pre-orders coming this week. They launch a new website that has just been an absolute nightmare. They just got a massive restock in the North American region. So if you've been waiting on like certain kits to come back in stock, they just got a massive order came in. So it just seems like we're kind of coming up on the holiday season and everything's getting a little busy and Games Workshop's kind of falling a little behind. Hopefully they can get it together for the Christmas boxes this year. Last year we saw some serious delays and a couple of the Christmas boxes didn't even come until after Christmas. A bunch of stuff was basically sold by Games Workshop to independent retailers, and then the retailers sold it to other people, and then it turned out that nobody had the stock that was supposed to be delivered. So that was like a huge nightmare. So let's just hope that this holiday season goes smoothly and we don't have to hear from Games Workshop about why it went wrong. But we already know James is coming. So that being said, scrolling on down here, we see last week's pre-orders. Nothing too crazy here. I mean, we saw like the Cities of Sigmar big launch. We saw the new Fulgrim transfigured. Pretty cool. Dawnbringer book 3. We've got the 2 new Dawnbringer sets. Very, very cool dragons right here. We've got the Tree Man riding a grasshopper and friends. Some really cool models coming out here. And honestly, some pretty nice rules as well. And then we see those Harbinger and Grimhold Exile from the previous Dawnbringer boxes coming out here. Another feature I don't like here is it shows 12 things and then you have to click show more. It's not that big of a deal, but I do wish there was a tab that was at least like show all, so you don't have to click it every time you scroll down. But to tell you the truth, Games Workshop has always had some serious issues with like their web hosting. We see it still on like Warhammer Community and it is a complete pain in the butt. You'll like scroll down and then you'll hit load next and then you have to like scroll down again and then hit load next like a second time before it actually loads. We just know that they're doing everything a little subpar when it comes to like web development and everything, which is honestly shocking for a multi-billion-dollar company, but it is what it is. We know what we're getting. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. So moving on down here, we see the Black Talons. These are just way overpriced in my opinion. $75 for these. Cool models, but I think this is going to be just a complete fall-in-the-face flop. All right, and then into the cities range. So we have some beautiful models right here, some really cool actual game pieces, and the launch of the remainder of the Cities of Sigmar range. Very, very cool, very exciting. I've got some of the stuff on the way myself. Can't wait to get some Fusiliers on the table. I'm going to be using a lot of the Cities of Sigmar stuff for Dungeons and Dragons as well. So that is super exciting because I feel like Games Workshop has been missing some like nice quality human aesthetic models. And I've actually used like a couple of the like Blood Bowl humans and stuff like that for like some conversions for like kind of city guards and everything. But to tell you the truth, the Cities of Sigmar range just takes it to the next level. I absolutely love the Steel Helms. And they are like the perfect kind of like city guard NPCs for D&D as well. So very, very cool. Lots of awesome stuff here. Again, we'll hit that show more one more time. And then we did see the actual like arrival and restock of some of these Warhammer Underworld's warbands, now in the form of just model kits, so you're not going to get all the extra Underworld bonuses. $40 for all of them. And then of course we see some of the books here. Obviously with the holiday coming up here, we have Dagavo rides again, and then of course we have like the and Games Workshop's got a brand new model with some legend rules for the Red Gobbo as well. Always like to see those Christmas Red Gobbos, pretty cool. And then that pretty much wraps it up here. We saw a couple of the limited items, the hardback books sell out, and then also Galaxy of Horrors. So not a ton going on this week. Definitely be a little respite for our wallets. But I do just want to point out like what I think is the worst part of the new website. And here it is right here. So as you're like scrolling down from your like top and everything, of course it's got like a couple like featured type items or whatever, which makes sense. But before it used to have like the tabs kind of across the top for like which game system you want to look at. Now you scroll down and not only are the actual like logos for the game system tiny, which I think is a terrible idea because that's like basically the brand recognition is like the Warhammer Age of Sigmar logo or the Horus Heresy logo or the 40K logo or the Warhammer Underworld's logo. I'm not sure how this even got a tab right here, but regardless, just very strange because now you have like this massive box that you have to scroll through with a tiny little logo, which is the most recognizable thing about it. And then it also takes up like an entire page of scrolling down before you can even get to what you want to see. So in my opinion, that is probably the worst aspect of the actual website, like design wise. Obviously, like whenever there's a broken link or something doesn't function, that's definitely worse. But I think design wise, this is like my biggest issue with the whole thing. And then obviously as I'm moving my like kind of pointer around here, when I hit this, it pops up like a buy it now thing, which I just don't like. I don't want my cursor to like start moving the whole entire thing. It's just very annoying. Like there's lots of little things like that that just are really dumb. It definitely feels like they were going for more of like a TikTok vibe with the website and everything. They seem like they have toned it down just a little bit. They have gotten rid of all the like super quick little videos that we're playing here where it goes like one to the next, to the next, to the next. Now, if you go to like the start here tab, that's going to take you over to like the videos and stuff like that. That's going to be more of like an introductory for new people because this is cool. They have tons of awesome stuff, not just models, but like all kinds of like cool things that they can show off. But the fact of the matter is, it needs to be shown off to the right people because I know I've been to Games Workshop's website literally thousands of times over the years, and I don't want to come here and see this type of stuff thousands of times over the years. As we're a new player, I think this is great for them. Introduce them. Oh, there's novels. Oh, there's cosplay. There's massive tables at Warhammer World. There's awesome like videos and animations. All that on top of what is the Warhammer world. And I think that's the way to do it. That's what you want. But you want that specifically for when people hit the start here tab, not when they come to the actual like storefront. And I think overall that was like a good little fix or a good little change. So it's definitely going to take a little bit of getting used to. Definitely off to a very, very rough start. But hopefully with a little bit of time, they can get it together. And honestly, I'm just really looking forward to like the Christmas boxes and everything. I always get super excited. Absolutely love Christmas season and the holidays and seeing family and all that good stuff. So hopefully this year will go off without a hitch. Everything will be nice and smooth. Everybody will get the Christmas boxes they want. And we can all get our Warhammer on together. So let me know what you think down below. Have you found any other like main or serious issues with the new Warhammer.com website? Are you slowly but surely kind of getting used to it? You think in time it'll be as good or better than the previous website? Or are you just like completely anti it and they should just shut it down and go back to the old one? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Of course, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check them out to save 15% on Games Workshop products. Link in the description. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm confident in time Games Workshop will iron out the wrinkles. And I'm out of here.